Okay, hello. Today we're going to talk about place value. We're going to talk a little bit about adding, subtracting, dividing, multiplying, and comparing some numbers. Short little lesson. This is just a test for right now. We're going to go from there and see how it goes. So place value is where the numbers are placed in each section. First you start with your ones, your tens, your hundreds. And then the next one is the thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, and after that it's millions, and then billions. See, and now I just found the first mistake there. So if I was to write a number of 12,342,789, because it's just the number that pops in my head, this is how you would say it. And you would say that the 2 is in the thousands place. And another 2 is in the millions place. And each of these little sections is called periods. And those numbers are digits, so this is what this is. Each little section is called a period. The next page we're going to do is comparing, and that is with greater than, lesser than, and equal to. And lesser than means the number is less than the other number. Greater means it's greater than the other number. And equal to means it's the same. I put two numbers up here for just examples. We have 34,000 and then we have 29,899. You would know that 34,000 is more than, greater than 29,000. So you would use the greater than. This points to the smaller number. This points to the smaller number. And that's how you would know which one's greater than and lesser than. Plus, with the left hand, it starts with an L, and if you turn it sideways, it would be a less than sign. And that also reminds you that lesser than starts with the L, and that's what you would go with if the number was less than. This number here is 875,438 and 875,438, and those numbers are equal to, so then that's what you would put in there. Okay? The test that you're going to be taking is going to be computerized, and you would click on that answer that is right. In this case, we're just putting that inside each of those blanks. The next thing is addition, subtraction, multiply, and divide. This is where I think all of you should know this information. Coming into the class, you dropped out in your high school years, hopefully. Maybe the last one's ninth grade, but most people have had the elementary stuff, and that's what this is. And you would be able to use your calculator, which we use the Casio FX260, and you would be able to put this on your calculator on the test. There's also a calculator on the virtual test, so whichever one you decide to use at the time. But here's some key words: finding the sum, find the difference, find the product of, find the quotient. They all mean sum is addition, difference is subtraction, product is multiply, quotient is divide. And we'll come across more keywords as we move along with these lessons. So the first one is to add, and you just add regularly. You plug it into the calculator, and you're going to end up with, you have to do 5 plus 2 is 7, 9 plus 3 is 12, carry the 1, 7 plus 1 is 8, plus the 1 is 9, and then so that would equal 6,927. When you're dealing with subtraction, manually, you would have to borrow in this situation. So if you have $800 and you spend $219, how much of that do you have left? So you would cross that out. Cross out those first two numbers, 8 and the 0, turn it into a 79, and put that 1 in front of the 0. 10 minus 9 is 1, 9 minus 1 is 8, and 7 minus 2 is 5. And then that would be the answer for that. As far as doing the multiplication, you would do 885 times 62. And you would do each one 885 times 2, and then 885 times 6. So you would do 5 times 2 is 10, carry the 1. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 1 is 17, carry the 1, 17. Then when you do the second number, you're going to put that right here. And you would do 6 times 5 is 30. Carry the 3. 8 times 6 is 48. 48 plus 3 is 51. Carry the 5. Is 48 plus 5 is 53. And then add it. So you have 0, 7, 8, 4, and 5. So it's 54,870 would be that answer. Okay? And then when you're dividing, I put 2 different ones up here because you can use your calculator. Excuse me. And you would punch it in. Now what you're going to punch into the calculator would be 3,502. Then hit the divide button and then do 6. So that's what I'm going to do. And you would realize that you're probably going to have a remainder, because it ends up being 583.66667. So, if you have a remainder, you're going to take the 583 and times it by 6. 583 times by 6. And you get 3498. And you're going to subtract that from here. So let me move this real quick. And you would minus 3, 4, 9, 8. And you would have a remainder of 4. You take these two and you multiply them. And then you take what you have from the multiplication, 3,000, sorry, that's a 3, 498, and subtract that from the 3,502, and you get a remainder of 4. It wouldn't be a decimal unless they ask for it, and then sometimes they'll ask you to either round it to the nearest tenth or the hundredth. You would have to pay attention to those exact details of their directions that they give you to do that, okay? And then this one, let me make a line here. You would do 419,357 divided by 163, and it would be, and they say round to the nearest hundredth. And I'm going to shorten it because I'm running out of room. And you would say 2,572, and, because that decimal is and, 74 hundredths. It's 742331, but you're stopping here. And that would be it. So those are our first 3 pages of our numbers and operations. Thank you, and we'll be continuing this momentarily. Have a great day.